If you think about Mount Fuji, it was the training ground for all of the samurai, and that's a great image for our company, is Mount Fuji.
Jimmy Pedro is one of the hardest working human beings I've ever seen in my life.
We're all family. We've all been in a gi, we've all trained in a gi.
To be at the highest level of sport and to compete against the best in the world, it's not just you, it takes a lot of people to make that person successful.
And what Fuji has become, or it started out as, the gi that was the highest quality, but at a very affordable price. So it was your best value for the dollar.
We have everything. We'll customize your gis, we'll customize your gym rack, we'll customize your floor, we'll help you build the walls, build the racks. You tell me what you want it to look like, and we'll get it done.
We have Fuji Sports, Fuji Mats, Fuji BJJ, Fuji Fitness, all to help people achieve their best and to reach the top. We have all these athletes that start out at the base of the mountain, and in the end, through the support of our company, through the support of our brands, with our brand family, they're able to reach Olympic success. They've reached the top, peak performance, and we've supported them along the way. And I think that's a great analogy for Fuji.
Whatever they serve, we gon' take it. Strength in your will, they can't break it. If you're living the dream, they can't wake it. Never be poor, broke, and naked. Long as
I knew very early on that I would be fighting my whole entire life. I love fighting. I was fighting pretty much since I could walk. There was video where I couldn't even walk yet. I was like 5, 6 months, and my brother would walk by and I would attack him. So there was no question that there was something wrong with me, and they knew that I would be fighting forever. I was training at a jiu-jitsu gym when Jake Shields and Bo Taylor came rolling in there. And I was like the big fish in the little pond. I was young, but I was decent. I was a terrible wrestler, but I wrestled. And they came in and absolutely mopped the mats with me, and that's when I knew I wanted to do what they did. I've had a lot of moments in my career that I'm very proud of. Like headlining fights for the UFC, being the main event, and then hearing your name and having your hand raised at the end of that, fighting for world titles. Those are amazing moments. But honestly, it was like the quiet before the storm. It was when I was in Tennessee fighting main event for the UFC, fight for the troops. I knew in the airport hangar were 5th Special Forces Group, 160th, 101st, like all the soldiers that I've been all over the world with. They're out there. And but I'm in the back with my team, about to go on and do violence for them. I'm sweaty, I have a hoodie on, I'm about to step out of the trailer and make the walk to the cage, to the octagon. But it's that moment, that quiet before the storm. Those are the moments that I remember the most. Gym is supposed to be a place that you feel at home. In the chaos that is your day-to-day 9 to 5, this should be a place of solace. This should be a place that you walk in and there's peace. They did everything. Helping us pick the colors and the designs, making everything look amazing. Like that, I say it's a collaboration because it's my space, but it was really them that did all the heavy lifting and figuring out how to build this gym that is now my home. I think the best part about working with FUJI Mats is how easy they make everything. From getting the product here to how the product's gonna be laid out to they do all the heavy lifting, all the things that I couldn't do, they did it all. I mean, I've been a martial artist for 35 years and I could never have done this without them. They share that love and that passion for martial arts, and they know that it needs to be not just physically, literally a safe place, but also figuratively and metaphorically. This needs to be the place that you're safe to train. So when you step out the doors, you're a better human, and you're gonna make the world a better and safer place. When it comes to having a true turnkey execution from the imagination to the fulfillment of what you want your gym to be, like doing that collaboratively with Fuji is so easy. The training should be the hardest thing that has to happen in that day. Not finding the right equipment, finding the right clothes, finding all of the things that you need to go and do that training. That should all be easy. And partnering with Fuji, it was easy to pick the right products and make sure. I know I've been grappling for 30 some odd years, and we know what we want, and being able to collectively come together and be like, all right, these are the pants that we want, these are the shorts that we want, these are the compression tops that we want, and then like being able to throw our own brands on it, it just makes it easy. It makes it easy for somebody to train. That's the goal. I love owning my gym. I love having FUJI Mats, and I'm proud to be partnered with them.
My first day in Jiu-Jitsu, I was 10 years old. My mom had money for 1 month of membership. So the coach was talking about a in-house tournament that was going to have. It was a Wednesday, the in-house tournament was on a Saturday. So class was over, he talked about the in-house tournament, and then he go like, anyone have any questions? And I raised my hand. Can I compete? That was my first day in Jiu-Jitsu, 10 years old boy, and then wanted to compete right away, even though I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. At the tournament, I won my first match, and then if you ask me, any of you guys ask me how I won my first match, I don't know. I was just like squeezing the head, trying to throw the kid around, and then because I was more athletic, I think I did something that I won, but if you ask me how I won, I have no idea. I started when I was 10. 32 years non-stop on the mats, over 20 years teaching, 21 years as a black belt, competing since my 3rd day in Jiu-Jitsu. 2013 was the first time that I wear Fuji in a tournament. For the first time in my career, I didn't have a gi sponsorship because I didn't want to. Since I was a kid, because I started winning and then always had people like supporting me with gis, all that stuff, I wanted for the first time in my life actually buy a gi. So I bought a white Fuji gi. On the prior match, I was wearing the white Fuji gi, so it was my last victory at the World Championship. So Fuji was part of that history. We knew, like my wife and I, we knew that we were ready to make that step, to have our own facility. Since I started teaching Jiu-Jitsu, back when I was 18 years old, I was like, I want to have my school. I got everything that I had, and then I bet on myself, I bet on Jiu-Jitsu. Always like wanna have like a facility that look professional in every aspect. So for me it was no-brainer to have Fuji because the quality. I love the fact that when we train like no gi, wrestling, stuff like that, that everybody's sweating, the mask can get sweaty, it doesn't get slippery. I have never seen any other brand that can put together all of this, and then like here on my school, we don't have a platform. A lot of schools, they put a platform. On my school, no, it's the floor and the mats. And we can have that training with no problem. That's FUJI Mats. Here on the school, we train a lot of Judo. My wife is a Judo black belt. We always bring people to Judo workshop, Judo seminars. I like the quality of the Fuji material for that impact of like takedowns, throws all the time. I love that Fuji has a lot of different type of gis, all the way to thick gis like I like, all the way to like ultralight gis to people make weight in competition. The way the Fuji gis fit on me is, besides the quality, is something that differentiates from other brands because I never had a brand that fit me like Fuji does. And that's like one of the reasons that for me, I'm Fuji for 9 years now, and I don't see myself not being Fuji. My goal is to give to Jiu-Jitsu what Jiu-Jitsu gave to me. For me, it's not about the money, it's about the personal goal. Because every student that we have is another chance to impact someone's life. That's powerful. I say there's a superhero power. You can actually like change someone's life. Two things that I'm very proud of. One, I have always bet on myself. And two, I have always bet on Jiu-Jitsu. And that's why I think I am where I am today.
What company would I want to partner with? When you're thinking about growing together, you look at the quality of product, you look at their capabilities, but more than anything, you look at the people behind the company. And when I think of Fuji Sports, FUJI Mats, and now Fuji BJJ, I think of quality people that are the hardest working people I've ever met in my life. The Fuji BJJ franchise is typically 2 to 5 states that we put in a territory that allows people to run a Fuji tournament in those markets every month. Our whole goal for each franchise is to run anywhere from 1 to 2 tournaments a month, hopefully close to 18 tournaments a year. And every system and every tournament nationwide is ran the exact same way. With this, what you're gonna see is constant improvement. It's very important that you know what you're getting when you're getting the Fuji BJJ tournament. Now we're providing Fuji gear at all our events, FUJI Mats, the best mat in the business, at our tournaments, and we're providing an unbelievable product for people to experience jiu-jitsu in a sport level. Fuji combined, the Fuji family, all those companies, it gives us the opportunity to reach more people.
Originally moved here to help out and teach at Hanzo School, and just five years ago I decided to open my own school in Brooklyn Heights. I always had a dream to have my own gym. I knew I was going to be involved in jiu-jitsu for the rest of my life. And it's a passion to see people, teaching people, seeing them get better. I was a fighting professional for a while, so it's kind of hard to do both. And then once I decided to stop fighting MMA, it was time to open the gym, so I started looking for it. It's really the most important things in the jiu-jitsu school is the mats. That's what everyone's here for. It's not to sit on the reception or to do this or to do that. I've been involved with jiu-jitsu since I was born, pretty much. And I've seen so many different mats come and go. When I started training, it was actually shaved rubber and then just something, just like a cover over it. Those were terrible. As the sport evolved, everything else also evolved. My brother actually had a Fuji Mats on his school. When I went there and I saw the mats, I was really impressed with the quality, you know. I was training on those mats every day. I'm like, wow, these mats are really good. Before I opened my school, I knew already what kind of mats I wanted. It was pretty easy. I got in contact with them. Like I said, they're amazing people to work with. The less of a headache you can have being a business owner, the best, you know. So if you're making something that you know you won't have to deal with any problems, you can focus on what really matters. It's the students, bringing people in and getting more students to come. So it's a no-brainer. So I was making shirts in one place, you know, sweaters in another one. Sometimes it would come a batch was really good, and then another one was really bad, like a rash guard. One time I had a really problem with that. And then I started making a little bit of Fuji. I started making just t-shirts, and the t-shirts were really good. And all my students was like, oh man, these shirts are awesome. So then I made another one, and people started just buying without even looking because they know what was gonna be like a good quality, you know? I just kept going, and every time they never disappointed, never. You know, I think if you make something with good quality, you're gonna link your name to good things. I believe the way you design your gym, it's gonna bring certain clients. So when you have everything exactly the way you want, you're gonna attract exactly the people that you want. They're the best to work with. You know, everything I ever needed, they always help me out. Even if they never done it, they will find a solution and do it for you. I'm super happy if I open 100 gyms. I'm for sure I'll be all of them. It's gonna be with Fuji.
We're lucky today to have the team from Fuji putting in our new tatame Fuji mats, 2-inch tatame. These are my favorite mats. These are the ones we use in competition. It's always good to have the same mat used in open competition in your gym, so there's no surprises for your athletes when they get out there on the big stage. These mats are, in my opinion, the ideal compromise between traction and slippage. Whenever you're working on mats, you want to have a positive grip of your feet and body to the floor. But on the other hand, you don't want to be so sticky that it prohibits fast movement or causes unnecessary skin abrasions. 2-inch tatame is the ideal compromise. Even in a crowded environment like this where there's a lot of sweat on the floor, you won't get slippage. You won't get people falling over or losing their footing. But on the other hand, it's not so grippy that there's danger of ankles catching on the mat and causing injury or unnecessary roughness causing skin abrasions and skin abrasions and problems associated with that. It's great to see a big mat filled with people. Fuji 2-inch tatame. Good work, Team Fuji.
My dream since probably 8, 9, 10 years old was to always own my own jiu-jitsu gym. So this has been about a 20-year dream that's complete. I try and have an environment that just focuses solely around creating and having a good culture and being able to have that environment to properly educate the students. I've been doing this 25 years, right? I mean, I've been to a lot of gyms that look a certain way, right? And I kind of knew after having all those years of experience what I wanted, right? So I think I achieved that goal, and I think Fuji did a great job helping with that, so.
Well, my first day in BJJ was pretty interesting. I have no clue what to expect. I just knew my brother told me I should learn jiu-jitsu to become stronger. The first thing that I felt was that I was useless on the ground, you know. He put his little kid on top of me and told me to escape, and there was nothing I could do about it. I felt a little claustrophobic. And for that moment on, I said, I gotta learn this because I don't wanna feel this way ever again. My goal was to go to college, you know, graduate, get a degree, get a job, and I always liked jiu-jitsu too. I always competed, you know, that was part of my life to train jiu-jitsu, but never as something I would say is my business or is my job. And then I moved to the US and I kind of stopped my college. And at the time it was just to experiment, you know, just learn English, do a adventure. Next thing I know, I'm deep into it, you know. I'm learning about the business, I'm learning about how to get students, I'm learning about marketing, I'm learning about all those things. And then pretty much I just had to call my mom and say, hey mom, I'm not coming back to school. Jiu-jitsu has, you can be an athlete, you can be a teacher, you can be a consultant, there's a lot of things to do. So my main goal now is take that competitive edge that I always had on the mats and bring it to build a bigger and better industry with great role models. Fuji is the type of brand that believes in people. They say, what do you need? And they say, all right, we make it happen, and then because we want you to succeed. You know, they're a company that they know what it is to be an athlete. You know, so I think that really motivated me to carry more of the brand. You know, FUJI Mats, they're beautiful. I love the way they do things. They're so careful with every single detail to put this together. And of course, you know, the gi, can't say anything about it. You know, the company has been in the business for so long. Fuji has grown into be this massive enterprise to fulfill dreams. Like I said, it's not just, I'm just not a company that sponsors someone. I make your gear, I make something you feel good about, we worry about quality, you know, so everything it's just a perfect marriage. You know, I think the main thing about Fuji and the team, because they all care. That's why when you look at my gear, I have no sponsors, you know, I just have my gear, because for me, I have to believe in the brand. With Fuji, as much as I worked with them and how much we thought alike, that's what made me stay, you know what I mean? Like knowing that they are in this for the people that want to success, that want to work hard and have the best quality also. It's not just about do the right job, but have the best quality. They allow not just me, but just thousands of schools around the world to be able to fulfill the dream of, you know, building a temple. You know, I'm just proud of everything the martial arts have brought to me. Even building a school, for me, is the biggest victory to the date.
Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are a change.